Alright, what's good, my niggas? Second vid and the last vid I'm making today, bro. So we got who was to go. I wanted to see that bit. Who was to go of 2K content. My nigga, if it ain't Solo Illuminati, bro, first nigga I'm crashing to man.
Randall, here's everything you need. Do you want to join the police? So recently, there's been some tweets circulating around Twitter made by a popular YouTuber in the basketball winning
Cleveland
forever
Brown?
for sure. And in these tweets, he said that creators like Agent Double Zero, Jesser, and Aiden Ross are the only names that share
What
his
the
son.
fuck? Like, twin, this nigga look so vulnerable right here, twin. Like, that shit sad, twin. Me, I like JJ Redick, stupid ass.
Associated with the greatest creators from the 2K community. Now, this in itself was already a crazy take because we have a lot of great content creators from the 2K community all over the internet. I mean, we have creators like iShow Speed, Flight Reacts, Soulilluminati, Cash Nasty, and many more. But these tweets would begin to spread over Twitter like wildfire, and many fans on the internet believe that the title of the greatest 2K content creator belonged to the one and only Chris Smooth. And while Lowe would end up giving Chris
Shit. I'm gonna have to get that bit. I ain't gonna lie, I forgot about Chris Wood. That's the first nigga I watched, but I ain't gonna lie, I can't even. Yeah, bro. They hit to go. Even though he ain't play part, but it's two separate games. Like, fuck it, bro. For my career, I'm gonna say goddamn. But I don't know though, cause my career ass. Like, what the fuck? A goat for my career. Like, that shit sound corny, bro. But like, sober, he the goat of the park shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, that 2K shit, like, I mean, I'm talking about like for YouTube wise, fuck the gameplay. I'm talking about just like YouTuber. That bitch is so.
Smooth some credit in his follow-up tweet, calling him, quote, the most impactful 2K creator, he would still stand firm on his belief that Chris Smooth doesn't create better content than creators like Jesser or Agent Double Zero, which ended up sparking so much debate online that even Chris Smooth himself would reply to it in a tweet,
Damn, what
saying
the
that
fuck? The goat crashing. I was just saying that, like, he really just making mockery and shit. Like, you feel me? Damn, Jesser though, I ain't gonna lie. He had a prime, bro. 2016. Hell yeah. But he ain't no fucking goat, bro. What the fuck? Bro, it's so Illuminati, bro. Simple. I don't even gotta say nothing. Like, so, bro. That shit obvious, bro. Like, come on. If you say anybody else, nigga, you need to get put on an electric chair game.
Lowe simply had to make this tweet for Twitter views and a paycheck. And this was a rather shocking response because Chris Smooth is one of those people that usually don't really
Oh
say too
god, he
much or
responded
doesn't get
back,
involved
bro.
in any type of like debates or anything using a paycheck. And this was a
Bruh, never say shit to him. His ass say the Twitter chats.
tweet for Twitter views and a paycheck. And this was a rather shocking response because Chris Smooth is one of those people that usually don't really say too much or doesn't get involved in any type of like debates or anything, especially when it's involving him or his likeness. So that's how you know that this is something that's rather big on Twitter right now. But while I agree that this conversation does extend further than Agent Double Zero, Aiden Ross, and Jesser, I do believe that there's a lot of misinterpretation involving the tweet that Lowe had put out originally. So let's dive a bit deeper and try to make some more sense of this entire debate. But first, if you're new to the channel, don't forget to hit that
Camera
subscribe
debate,
button to join the
babe.
tribe out with the biggest trapper.
Camera
And while
debate.
you're at it, don't forget to click that very first link down below in my description to join my Discord server and become an official member of the community.
When it came time to take things to the next level, I knew that I had to make a website. And Wix was perfect for that.
Now, with all of that being said, let's get into the 2K GOAT debate. Okay, so to start, if you're unfamiliar with Chris Smoove, then you probably shouldn't be watching this video, but he's been popular for years now, and he's practically the godfather of the 2K community. He started his career on YouTube playing games like NBA Live and NBA 2K9 over 17 years
Damn,
ago,
what
all the
the
way back
hell?
on February 14th, 2008, which is probably longer than some of you have even been alive. Chris Smoove was one
Hell
of,
nah.
if not the
Nigga, I was
first person to
5.
begin posting these basketball gaming videos on YouTube. And over 12,000 videos later, he would end up inspiring an entire community of YouTubers who would end up following in his footsteps. Many content creators that we know and love on YouTube today got their start on YouTube by being motivated by Chris
Trash
Smoove, or
reacts in the
maybe they was
building.
motivated by someone else who was ultimately motivated by Chris Smoove as well.
And at that time, that's like the OG YouTube.
Okay.
How,
How two?
what year is this?
Bro,
This is like 2009, 2010. I went on Google first and I was like, okay, how to do this in a certain part of this game. So I ended up clicking on the second link, and then basically, like, it was Chris Smoove. And Chris Smoove at that time,
Absolute splash.
I dove into like the straight up direct prime Chris Smoove everything.
Because he was on, Chris Smoove, I remember watching him. But I did start watching his videos for a little bit.
Yeah.
He was playing Black Ops 2. And then, but he only played Black Ops 2 for like 3 months, and then he immediately switched to 2K, and that's when I stopped watching him because I didn't really know about 2K at all.
So yeah, and I went and found his channel, and bro, I fell into a rabbit hole. I looked and I'm just like, bro, this dude is doing stupid numbers. Like, he's like the only dude that was at that time doing like 2K content, being straight consistent with it.
Straight, yep.
And then shit, I think probably like a couple months later, I'm like, yo, does this dude do this like as a living? Because he's uploading like, it's 7 days a week, he's uploading 5, 6 days a week, he's
Yep.
not missing a day. So I'm like, in my head, bro, this dude can't just be doing this for free. I know he has to be doing it for a wage. So fast forward on to my 10th grade year, that's that same year he ended up dropping his mansion tour. 17 bedrooms. I'm like, oh yeah, nah.
You see?
This is what I want to do as a career.
I mean, the content that he produced, the storylines he created, the way the videos was edited, some of the catchphrases and sayings that he always used to say became super influential, and this all directly led to his success. And it's without a doubt that without him, we wouldn't have anywhere near the community that we have today.
And you weren't making videos at this time.
No, I wasn't making it, dog. I was always, and Chris Smoove, shout out to Chris Smoove.
Yup, he was playing it. We talked about him on a couple pods. He's, in early days, bro. That's
Yes,
why I
man.
watched him. Legend.
And then so I end up saying, you know what, I'm just gonna do gameplay.
Okay.
Because I'm watching Chris Smoove on my breaks. My lunch breaks, I was right here, So I end up just uploading that, doing like voiceover. And people liked it, man. But people just kept on subscribing.
And I don't think there's been a creator that's been anywhere near as impactful for the community, other than like maybe Soluminati. I think if you want to get the title of most impactful to anyone besides Chris Smoove, then it would definitely be him.
I'll say in my lane, I'll say so.
And Illuminati, right?
A lot of like his like terminology and lingo is still used to the day. Like that stuff. Everybody said it, but he was the one who like made it. I think like he just really slept as far as like the internet being how it is and why it is.
But to revisit the tweet that Lil had made, I think a lot of people have mistook his statement because he's referring to the level of content that these creators produce. Now, I do personally think it's a bit unfair to compare the career of Chris Smoove to like other creators we see today, because all Chris Smoove is really known for is like his gaming videos, specifically 2K and basketball game videos. While he's been putting together all of these great videos for the past 17 years,
What is TubeBuddy? Let's break it down fast. TubeBuddy is used by over 14 million creators to optimize, grow, and manage their YouTube channels.
it's hard to compare that to the level of content these creators are producing nowadays because they're completely expanding the space. So of course, putting this tweet out and making the comparison in general will spark a lot of backlash from Low. As I said in the intro, this even triggered a response from Chris Smoove himself. Low would end up putting a reply tweet back out after Chris Smoove responded, and he would compare this whole situation to his lane of content.
Man, look, this my goddamn 3, bro. Soluminati. No. Chris Smoove. Soluminati and Fredo. Like, come on, that's... I mean, my honorable mention, I'll say Flight 2, bro. But I'm gonna be real though. I don't, bro. Flight ain't come up off 2K though. That nigga came up off reactions, bro. But, like, he wasn't on this shit on 2K, but like them reactions boosted his shit up for real. It made him like, you feel me, more not mainstream, but like, you feel me. I guess you say mainstream on the YouTube side. That's what I'm saying.
Which is
I
in
just ain't want to use that
live
word.
basketball. Lowe's tweet read, people will agree with this, but then turn around and claim that Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain aren't in the top 10. Also, saying that someone doesn't create better content than Jezza or Agent isn't a diss. And I agree, saying someone doesn't create as good as content as two of the top content creators in the game isn't a diss or not to anyone at all. It's really just being real. Basically, in this tweet, Lowe was saying that in the same way people discredit the careers of two basketball legends because they played in the weakest, oldest era of basketball, that's essentially the same reference he was making to the Chris Smoove situation. He's comparing a great creator who was basically here before everybody else to the creators of today who's producing crazy high level content in a completely different era. In their original tweet, Lowe claimed that Agent was the greatest 2K YouTuber of all time, and while Agent did spend a large portion of his career being solely dedicated to creating content involving
No, the
2K,
hell he
he's
was not.
managed to branch out and do multiple things since. He's done podcasts, which Lowe was a co-host on, so maybe there is a bit of
Ross said he
bias.
need his feet out. But what the fuck? But you know that shit smell like hyenas, dead hyenas in that hole, boy. What the fuck? That bitch smell like Fritos in that hole. What the fuck?
To
Hell
there,
no.
but he's also a part of one of the biggest content orgs of all time, such as AP, if not the biggest content group if you want to give it to them like over the
This
Simons and
nigga
Wayne.
Kai so corny, bro. We need to cancel Kai in 2021. Look, bro, let's leave Kai in 2025, bro. Fuck it. We need a new nigga or something, bro. Fuck it, put me in that. Replace me, you feel me? I mean, no. Replace, yeah, hell yeah, replace goddamn Kai with me, bro. Feel me? Like, bro, what the fuck, man?
Argue with you. But even
Come on, man.
recently, Agent has began taking streaming a lot more serious now, and he's been completely dominating that space as well, creating various forms of content that's been doing very well. And then, of course, there's Jesser, who Lil also mentioned. Now, Jesser also played 2K for a large portion of his career, mostly in the beginning,
That
but
my
he
team
grew really
go.
quickly and very early on into his career. And then he branched out heavily into more in real life basketball content, which skyrocketed his career, gaining him over 30 million
What
subscribers,
the
which I
fuck? I ain't know he was like that, bro. 31 million.
believe makes him the biggest basketball content
31 million. This nigga hit a million 31 times, nigga.
creator on all of YouTube. I know he's even been included within like the NBA All-Star Celebrity Game, so I think it's safe to say that Jesser has definitely made a name for himself within the basketball and 2K community. And then there's the last name that Lil said he will entertain, which is Aiden Ross. Now, this is probably the most controversial one because Aiden in general is just a controversial person. But the only thing that's not debatable about Aiden's career is the impact that he's had on the community. Now, Aiden hasn't been around nearly as long as any of the other creators we've mentioned, but he completely revolutionized the entire world of streaming, being the first person to ever really bridge the gap between streaming and multiple other industries. I mean, we've seen Ninja briefly do it, but the way Aiden did it was just something completely new and different that we
Yeah,
haven't
Aiden
really
really
seen
got down,
before. And because of
yeah.
that alone, I think it makes him pretty valid within the
Still ass
conversation.
though.
I personally think that there's multiple people that we can hold in this whole conversation about being the 2K community.
Smell like it.
As I said, there's Flight, Cash, Soul Minati, Troyden, even like I Show Speed. I know many people don't really agree.
I show speed, but his prime was in 2021, bro. I ain't gonna lie. 2K21, that shit right there, them 2K21 streams. He was in the 1v1 court, but that shit was funny as hell, bro. Bro, that shit was funny, bro. I used to goddamn be high as shit watching his shit. But goddamn, bro. This was his prime, bro. Like they were like the best era. I ain't gonna say prime because he doing it in his prime right now. Like the best era, bro. With this shit, bro.
Lose speed because he isn't really known for 2K at all. But him
He on the fucking post score, bro.
raging in the 1v1 court in the stage on a pure post score is quite literally what started off his career. And then, of course, once he blew up, he left the 2K community so fast that many people don't even know he ever played the game. And now he's the biggest streamer in the entire world, so I feel like it's only right that he's at least mentioned in this conversation, whether you know him for 2K or not. I think another important factor should also just be longevity within the community as well. Because while we have a lot of huge content creators that came from the 2K community, a lot of people took very different paths. There's people who started off their career playing 2K,
Bro,
and
what
years
the
later they're
fuck?
still consistently posting 2K content and still doing great like Troy Dan. And then there's people who may have blown up from 2K years ago and haven't touched the game since that point. There's even creators who were the biggest YouTubers in the 2K community at one point and have since like ruined their careers or fallen off and things like that. So I think longevity should definitely play a factor when having this conversation. But regardless of how you're doing this entire thing, whether it's based on content, impact, or influence, the one thing that's for certain is that there's multiple creators who have changed the course of the entire 2K community over the years, each in their own ways. And even if you don't consider Chris Smoove to be the greatest, you still have to respect his longevity and originality because at the end of the day, most of the 2K creators we love may have not even started their careers and Chris Smoove didn't start posting 2K gameplay over 6 years ago. But that's just my personal
Oh
opinion. As you
god.
guys know, the only opinion I really care about is y'all's opinion. So with that being said, be sure to comment down below and let me know who do you think is the 2K community. Let me
That's
know.
simple. Big Chris move. I can't even. I did say so in the beginning, but I ain't even. I forgot about Chris move. His ass be so ducked off. But yeah, Chris move. Dead so Illuminati though for sure. But anyway, bro, shout out goddamn Bando, bro. Y'all need to goddamn subscribe to that nigga. Y'all need to goddamn like subscribe on my shit. And we gone.